If you find a young bird in your yard, the first thing you see may not be the whole story. The adult may stay back. Not because it forgot the young one, but because distance can be part of the lesson. Watch the root, not just the bird. A fledgling often looks clumsy because it is between two worlds. No longer in the nest, not yet fully skilled. The clearest sign may be the adult watching from cover while the young bird stays low. The parent may move first, and the young bird learns by following the safest nearby shape. A young bird's first yard movements can look messy, but messy does not always mean trouble. From the porch, it can feel like the bird needs you. From the bird's view, your distance matters. When the yard quiets, the adult often becomes easier to see. Sometimes the adult brings food only after the young bird stays near cover. Then the adult may leave again. And that part can worry people most. Cover is not just decoration. For a young bird, it can be the safest room in the yard. At grass height, a backyard is not small. It is a landscape of walls, gaps, and cover. The safest move may be the shortest one. This pattern is not only a robin story. Many backyard parents use the same quiet logic. A watchful adult often looks tense in a very specific way. The open part of the yard is often the hardest part for a young bird to cross. Sometimes the adult checks the route before the young bird moves. Waiting is part of the story too. When the timing feels right, the move can be quick and very small. By the time you notice the bird again, it may already be a little higher than before. The adult may not stand closer every time. Sometimes it watches from farther away. Look at the feet and wings. The body tells you how much practice is happening. Smaller birds can make the same lesson look even faster. Low branches can work like practice steps. Not every try works the first time. The adult may not rush in after every wobble. A normal backyard moment can accidentally interrupt the lesson. When the motion stops, the birds often restart their quiet rhythm. So the first clue is this. Look for the adult, the cover, and the root between them. A yard can become useful when it has tiny food close to safe cover. The adult may search for food without fully losing sight of the young bird. Food may arrive in flashes, then the adult is gone again. If you look only between visits, the yard can seem empty of adults. The same patch of grass can tell two different stories 5 minutes apart. Some parents are harder to miss, but the pattern can still be the same. A fence line can work like a safe hallway. The clearest clue is often what the young bird refuses to do. Instead of forcing the open path, the adult may use another edge. The safest path may look slower, but it keeps the young bird near cover. These lessons often happen in the ordinary places people overlook. Even a porch chair can become part of the distance between your world and theirs. The young bird may use the parts of your yard that feel almost invisible to you. The adult often chooses a perch that can see both the young bird and the open yard. Some young birds almost disappear because their training ground is a tangle. A messy corner can be valuable because it gives a young bird many short choices. The young bird is not just moving, it is choosing. A parent may approach only after the young bird reaches the safer place. In another yard, the same story may be written at the base of a fence. Sometimes the young bird is hard to see because that is exactly where it should be. The adult may be working the same hidden strip for food. Then the adult may disappear into the yard again, leaving only clues behind. For some young birds, the lesson is not across the grass, but up the trunk. A young woodpecker's feet and tail show the lesson clearly. The adult may move just far enough ahead to show the next reachable place. The young bird does not need to master the whole tree at once. The lesson may continue through changing light, shade, and weather. Some adults make their supervision look loud, even when the young bird stays hidden. Even a larger young bird may still move in short, uncertain steps. Different birds, same quiet pattern. Adult, young, cover, short route. Some young birds learn with less hopping and more stillness. For a quiet bird, a few stems can be enough cover to wait. When the yard stays quiet, the adult may come down briefly. Then the adult may step away again, leaving the young bird where it blends in best. Even tiny birds can bring young into the edges of a yard, but their lessons can be hard to catch. If you blink, the adult may already be gone. The pattern may be easier to see if you watch the same spot instead of chasing the bird. Back at the hedge, the young robin's world is getting taller. The adult may look less involved exactly when the young bird is doing better. Grounded, short-tailed, alert, and watched by an adult nearby. Those clues often point to a fledgling. A bird can be alone in the frame and still not be alone in the story. A sudden shadow can change the whole lesson for a moment. After a disturbance, the adult may change position before the young bird moves again. The next lesson may be simply to stay hidden until the yard settles. Then, almost quietly, the young bird starts again. From a window, the best view may be the one that keeps the yard quiet. The adult's behavior can tell you whether the yard has settled. As confidence builds, the young bird may stand a little taller. But the clearest clue may be what the adult does just before it leaves. The adult's exit is not always an ending. Sometimes it is the next marker. The young bird may pause first, as if measuring the gap. The first answer may be only halfway. The adult may wait at the next stop instead of coming back. Then the next small move suddenly makes sense. Care often arrives after the young bird reaches the place the adult chose. After the birds move on, the route is still there if you know how to see it. This is the moment when many people feel the urge to step closer. If the yard becomes busy, the lesson may go hidden again. But when quiet returns, the parent's pattern often returns with it. The best clue may come from watching quietly long enough for the pattern to repeat. As the day changes, the adult may still be nearby, even if it is less obvious. By later in the day, the young bird may reach a place that looked impossible at first. The adult may now watch from farther away because the young bird has changed. Now the young bird makes a choice without the adult moving first. The scene that once looked alarming now looks different. The hedge was not just background, it was the hidden classroom all along. Once you learn the pattern, you may start seeing it everywhere. And sometimes, the most important thing happening in the yard is the quietest thing there. Tomorrow, the clue may be a low branch, a still young bird, and an adult watching from farther than you expected. But if you wait, the yard may reveal the pattern again. The young bird you worried about may be exactly where the adult expected it to be. Adult, cover, root, young bird. That is the pattern to look for. Eventually, the adult may give the young bird more space. And the young bird may not follow right away. It may simply hold the safe place it has learned. The same grass that looked like a problem was part of the lesson. Your yard may be a stop, a shelter, a pantry, and a practice ground all at once. Tomorrow, look for the adult first, then the cover, then the shortest route between them. What first looked like a bird in trouble may have been a family lesson in progress. Have you ever seen a young bird waiting in your yard while the parent watched from nearby? Tell us what you saw. Was the parent on a branch, a fence, or hidden in the hedge.